Hey there everybody, Eric from Outer Limitless coming at you today with another video. Now in my quest to build efficient kits and different little packs that are going to manage some of my gear, I've come across a concept that I think is going to work very well not only for me, but hopefully for you. Now I've been working with the people at Vanquest for the past couple of years, testing out some of their different gear and giving them feedback, what works, what doesn't work, what needs to be tweaked, and different things like that. So over the Christmas season, Vanquest sent out a small little package to say thank you to the YouTube reviewers who had been working with them. And in that, they sent a nice Christmas card. They sent this really cool tactical stocking, which is really awesome. And by the way, this Cordura camo fabric is amazing, so maybe a future release possibility. They sent a couple stocking stuffers as well as this 6x9 FTIM Gen 2 pack. This little organizer here is something that I think has a lot of different excellent overall uses, and for me it really got my mind going. So where this is a nice efficient size, something that's not too big, not too small, has excellent organization, I thought it would make a great little kit for the backpacking and camping application. Now, not just backpacking and camping, this could be used for all kinds of different things, but for me this really fit the niche where I want a comprehensive med kit as well as a reasonably comprehensive fire kit. But I find I always carry those two things completely separate, and for what purpose? I find those two kits really don't necessarily need to be separated. If you had one organizer that kept everything perfectly put together, it actually has some advantages. And so that's what I did. I started working on this kit. It was really the concept in my mind to combine my fire kit and my med kit into one small comprehensive package that had everything I needed at a fingertip, so that no matter what pack I had, I just had to take this one kit, get it into my bag, and I was off and running. So as I was assembling this, I took a few photos. I was out on a couple of trips and putting this to use, giving it some practice to see if what I was assembling was really gonna work. And Vanquest saw my posting on Instagram and said, hey, by the way, we are coming out with red pouches. So now you will see I have transferred my kit from this Wolf Gray 6x9 FTIM Gen 2 to this red FTIM Gen 2. Both the 6x9, but now in this red color, which has a nice pop to it, kind of loud, catches your attention, and you will see that this thing is jammed nice and full, but perfectly organized with some of my critical gear. Now, if you're interested in what's in this pack and you want to see a little bit more about what I'm about to talk about, do me a favor. Stay tuned. Now, before we get too far, I would like to say thank you very much to the people at Vanquest who have provided some of these products for review. So now getting into the contents of this 6x9 FTIM Gen 2 pack. Again, in this beautiful red Cordura nylon. Now, there are a number of products that Vanquest has come out most recently in this red material. Now, more specifically, these Gen 2 FTIM organizers, as well as their Gen 2 Fat Pack Trauma organizers. So here you will see the 7x10 Fat Pack organizer. This again being the Gen 2. So that's what Vanquest does a lot of times. They take a product that's really in the works and then they continue to improve it and modify it and bring it to the next level. So you will see on a lot of their products Gen 1, Gen 2, and even Gen 3 in some cases. So they are always looking to advance their products, take feedback from reviewers like me and customers, and take all of that information, boil it down, and they will make the improvements to their gear. So as we get into this 6x9 FTIM Gen 2 organizer, there is just a ton of stuff in here. And what I found is this became not just a med kit and fire kit, but it's kind of like all the little odds and ends that I have floating around my backpack, and they all get combined into this. So now when I set up my backpacking, hiking, and camping backpack, I have one pouch that has like all these things that used to be all over my pack, and that makes it very convenient. It's easy for me not to forget anything. I know exactly what's in here, exactly where everything fits. I know that this should be packed out a certain way. And that has a couple of different advantages. One, I always know exactly what I have, so when you need it, you know where to get it. And two, if there's something missing, it's very obvious. So as we go through this, I'm going to explain a little bit of the mentality on how I came to build this. Now, is this the most comprehensive kit in the world? No. It's kind of a catch-all. It has some of the best things that, for me, I think are going to come into play. Now, on a med kit, it's really hard to say what you're going to need. It could be a number of different scenarios. So I put in here what I think is the most likely scenarios for me, the things that I think are going to become a problem, and not necessarily something that's a total comprehensive, save the world, first aid kit for all scenarios. So that's the first thing. And second is with the fire kit, I have a reasonably comprehensive fire kit. Now, bottom line is, for the most part, I should be able to pretty much just get away with a lighter or a ferro rod. But you never know what you're getting into. So to have a few different options, something that's really good in wet weather, dry weather, different scenarios, can definitely help you when you need it. And then beyond that, some of these other little odds and ends, the things you need while you're out on the camping scenario, you will see they definitely come into play. And that brings me to my very first item, which is my long-handled spoon. So is this first aid? Is this fire kit? No. But this fits so perfectly on the outside of this pack that why would I not just keep this here? It keeps it out of the way. It's not going to get bent in my bag. I mean, it's titanium and shouldn't bend, but it certainly could. And the fact is that it fits here so perfectly. Now I know every time I need it exactly where to store it. And if it's not there, I have a problem. And that's the idea of this pack. So as we go through this, different things that I know I will need while I'm out on my backpacking and camping application, like this Anchor battery. This here is my battery pack, capable of charging my phone or my camera a couple of times. I always have a power bank with me, and keeping it right here in the front is very convenient. I can easily take a power cord and run it to my phone. I could even slide my phone in here if I had to and charge it while it's in the pack. So a very convenient place, and absolutely the perfect size to fit this. So this does work quite well for that application. And then here you will see the Hydra Knives Buzzard. Now, if you saw real quick on this trauma pack, a quick little shameless plug for the people at Hydra Knives. This Hydra Knives Buzzard is awesome. Cool little easy fixed blade. Does a ton of work, good quality and nice features, and you'll see here it just fits so easy on the outside of the pack. Now I chose to outfit this with a MOLLE lock, and this is very simple to the point where now once I get to camp, if I want to use this, I can slide it off the pack, I can put this on my belt, I can put it in a number of different places. And this to me just fit so nicely on there, contours perfectly to this pack, doesn't really stick out all kinds of weird, just sits on there and it's flush and is just a perfect addition for this kit. And where this is a med kit, Vanquest does have morale patches that will fit on the outside of a pack, and this is absolutely perfect. So this little med kit patch here, which signifies to people that may not be familiar with my kit that this is a med kit. So if I had to have somebody and dig this out of my bag, grab the red med kit, no problem. It's pretty obvious. And the other thing being my blood type. So if there was an issue and I needed some sort of help and I was maybe unconscious, at least having this on here is an indication of my blood type.